I'm Mary. If you don't know already, I am planning on hiking the Pacific Crest Trail this year. What I had a chance to do last year was try out all the camping gear that I've been buying in preparation for my thru hike. So what I would like to do in this video is go through my top 5 favourite items of camping gear from 2018. Now I am going to be strict with myself in this video and not include any of my big 3 items. Hello, you alright? I'm just babbling away. And that's never embarrassing when someone walks behind you and you're talking about big 3. So if you don't know what I mean about my big 3, what that includes is my pack, my tent, and also my sleep system. So that would be my sleeping bag, my mattress, and also my pillow. The reason for me not including that in this video is because I've already done one all about those items, and for everybody that's already watched it, I don't want to be a boring person and repeating everything all over again. So if you haven't seen that video and want to, I will put the link up here for you and also in the description box below. But otherwise, let me get started with my top 5 favourite camping gear items of 2018. Now my first favourite item of camping gear from 2018 is my MSR Pocket Rocket 2 camping stove. Now this is classed as an ultralight stove. It weighs 73 grams, which is 2.6 ounces. And what is fantastic about this stove is that it boils a litre of water in 3.5 minutes. So super fast. I like the fact that it comes in this little carry case, and it keeps the stove nice and compact. I don't think it's something that I would actually carry it in on a thru hike because I'll be able to just put it in with my pot. This stove is tiny when you actually have it in your hand. Now I've got small hands and you can see here, absolutely tiny. It has got a height of 3.1 inches and a width of 1.7. The BTU on it, which is the British Thermal Unit measurement, is 8,200 and the wattage on it is 2,400. It's got this boil to simmer heat adjustment on it, which I like because some of the stoves that I've used in the past seem to go from simmer to boil, and that's the only 2 options you've got, whereas with this one you can actually level it just how you want it for boiling stuff or just keeping things simmered. I will definitely be taking this little stove out with me on the PCT in April. Now my second favourite item for camping gear of 2018 is the Snow Peak Titanium Trek 700, and this is a cook pot. I absolutely love this cook pot. It holds 700 mils, which is 24 fluid ounces, and when you get it in the box, it actually comes provided in a nylon mesh bag with a drawstring cord to keep it all secure and together. And a feature on it that they say is unique is the lid. So what they mean is that when you're cooking, say freeze-dried food or noodles, it allows you to hold down this little button thing here, I don't know if you can see that, and pour out the fluid through this hole, so it's like acts as a draining hole. And I find this so easy to use because when you've got the handles open, you can actually put your hand on the top. You can actually put your hand on the top here and hold it without anything burning your hand, and that I think is fantastic when you're in a rush as well and you don't want to be faffing about having towels or anything extra. The handles themselves, they are collapsible, so they fold in real nice and tight, and it weighs in at 135 grams, which is 4.8 ounces. The dimensions on this are 105 millimeters by 128 millimeters, so that's like 4 1/8 of an inch versus 5 inches, and it works as a nesting system. So what you can actually do is put your gas canister inside the actual pot itself, then put your stove on top, put the lid on that, and then you've actually got the option of being able to, if you carry one of those real thin sporks or little spoons or something, you can actually put it through the hole as well and store everything in the one pot. And I think that's fantastic because it keeps everything really nice and compact, so you can just then throw it in your bag and you've got all the items there ready to use. Something else that I think is really great about this pot is the fact that you've got the measurements written on the inside of it for the fluid measurements. So what I mean by that is that you've got the ounces and the litres actually imprinted into the pot. So if you can see this here, it might be a bit tricky to see, but you've actually got the ounces on this side, so you've got the 4, the 8, the 12 and the 16 written down here. And then on this side you've got the litres, so you've got 0.2, 0.4 and 0.5 written. And it's actually written on this side as well, and that's in reverse. it just makes it so much easier because you're not then having to measure something out and pour it in. You can literally fill the water up with where you need it, boil the water, add the food or the coffee, whatever it is you're wanting to boil up, and you're not having to worry about measuring anything. Now my third favourite items are the Patagonia Capilene thermal weight bottoms and zip neck top. Now I absolutely love these thermals. They are so comfortable. I've worn thermals before and they've either been too tight or too restricting, but these, I feel like you can hike in them and sleep in them, and the reason why I got them primarily was to sleep in them. Now you've got different versions with the Patagonia brand. You have got a lightweight, a mid-weight, and then you've got the thermal weight, and I found that the thermal weight for some reason is actually lighter than the mid-weight, which is why I went for them, which I found was really odd, but I believe it's something to do with the technology in the actual material. I went for the bottoms in black, and the top that I chose was the one with the long zip neck. I like the ability to be able to adjust how warm or how cold I am using a zip rather than just the round neck ones that they do, and I went for this one in like a navy blue type of colour. What I absolutely love about the top is the fact that it's also got these thumb loops in them, so when you're putting it on you put your thumbs in these and it just keeps them below your wrist, so that if you are really cold you're not having them ride up at all, and also when you're putting things on over the top you're not having to then drag the sleeve down. I like that, really like that. The band in the bottoms I find really comfortable because sometimes you find that with thermals they either grip you too tight or the waistband kind of nips you a little bit, or it's not very soft, or they don't really think about this. But with these bottoms you got it really nice and soft, so when it's next to your skin there's no irritation there. Now the weight of these are 139 grams, which is 4.9 ounces, and that refers to each individual item. So the trousers are 139 and the top is 139. Now I actually measured these on my scales at home and got them at about 149 grams, so about 10 grams heavier than what they were saying on the website. And these are in a size small, both of these. So they do an extra small, so I'm not sure if they were referring to that weight, but I presumed they were referring to the medium size. But yeah, they're still really lightweight and also real minimal bulk as well. So these will be in my backpack during the day, because what I'm intending on doing with them is keeping them for just sleeping with on a night and then just wearing my hiking gear during the day. So these are basically going to be my pajamas for 6 months on the trail. It's got a power grid fabric which has got a Polygiene permanent odour control in it, which is always good because you don't want to be a stinky hiker. But if you're wearing it most nights, you want something that's got something built into it. And I believe it works by not stopping any bacteria going into the product, but something about keeping the odour out of the bacteria. I'm not sure about the technology, but apparently it is supposed to be good to prevent odour control. The actual face of the fabric is smooth at the top, so it makes it really easy for layering. So you do have this open grid kind of pattern which is next to your skin, which apparently is very good for maintaining the warmth of it, but also the breathability and also the moisture wicking. Now the thermals themselves also help to prevent chafing, because what it's actually got is flat lock seams, and also on the shoulders it's kind of offset, so that when you're wearing a pack, if you choose to wear them while hiking, you're not actually getting any irritation from any seams there. You've also got the drop tail coverage of the top, which basically means it covers your bum, so it's giving you increased coverage to keep you warm whilst hiking or sleeping. I'm extremely happy with these thermals. They have kept me so warm, especially during the night in my sleeping bag, and I absolutely adore them. I have also used them underneath my hiking clothes on a really cold day, and I find that the fit in them is really nice because it's more like an active fit. It is a slim fitting thermal base layer, but it is active as well. You're not feeling restricted with them, so they are extremely comfortable, and they're made out of recycled polyester, which means that they're completely vegan friendly as well, so they don't contain any merino wool. Now my next favourite item is a little bit of a random one. It is the Dr. Bronner's 18-in-1 Castile soap. Now I absolutely adore this soap, and it really does, as it says here, have about 18 uses just in this one soap. So it's a liquid one, and the flavour I got was peppermint, and it says that you can literally use it for home, for pets, outdoors, anything that you want to use it for. But the main things I use it for when camping is washing my hair, washing my face, washing my body and my hands. I also use it to wash my clothes in, and it does say that you can use it to clean your teeth. So I got the peppermint one thinking I'd use it as a toothpaste as well. Oh, I really don't recommend it. I did it the first time, honestly I thought I was going to be sick. Some people might be fine with it, me personally, no, I did it once and that was it. I couldn't do it again. I found it quite revolting. It was literally like having soap in your mouth. Despite the fact that it smelled really nice, it does not taste very nice. But it does have all these different uses, and it's supposed to be really good for the environment. Personally, I would still never use it to wash in streams and things like that. I don't know if it says you can or not, but I personally wouldn't. I would like to use this as a recyclable bottle as well. So what I mean by that is I have a larger bottle at home which I use, and this one I just end up topping up. So until the top breaks on it, I'm just going to keep this little one and refill it. Now, I love the peppermint smell of this, and it is really refreshing and invigorating, especially when you use it on a morning. But I found personally that when I washed my face in it, and I know you're never supposed to get these things near your eyes, but I found it did sting my skin a tiny little bit in the eye area as I was washing my face. So the one I now prefer to use is the almond one, and to me, oh, it smells absolutely gorgeous. It's like marzipan, and the smell just stays on your skin. So if you're a lover of marzipan, I will highly recommend the almond flavour or the almond scent one, but it is so yummy. Now this little bottle comes in at 59 millilitres, and it actually weighs 70 grams when filled. The product itself is certified vegan, and it does carry the Leaping Bunny logo on it, which it means that it's cruelty free, so there's no animal testing done on it either. It's 100% pure Castile soap, so it's ecological, it's a really simple soap, and the ingredients are organic, and it's also fair trade as well. So what is not to love about Dr. Bronner's Castile soap? Now my final item that I absolutely adore for camping, and this is more of a luxury item, is my Sea to Summit X mug, which is a mug, but it actually folds down really flat. So it's a collapsible mug, it's made out of food grade silicone, it holds 480 mils and weighs in at only 60 grams. And that is pretty much everything it does. It's a mug. A lot of people don't take mugs with them on long distance through hikes because they're trying to save weight, but this will be one of my luxury items, along with a travel pillow. You have this rigid ring around the top which keeps the cup really sturdy, so if it didn't have that you'd probably just end up squishing the mug. But because it's got this rigid ring which allows you to collapse into itself, it does keep it a lot sturdier to drink out of. You've also got measurements on the inside so you can see how much water you're filling it up with. It's BPA free, and I absolutely love this mug. It's got an 11 centimetre base diameter and the height is 8.5 centimetres, but collapsing it down, it just fits perfectly into your backpack. Another thing I've actually used this mug for is making couscous. So I have used my cook pot to cook my meal with, and while that's been simmering away and cooking, I've then added boiling water and couscous to this mug, and then just put something over the top of it to keep it warm, and then the couscous just cooks itself. So it's been a real nice addition to having a cook pot, so you can have two things on the go at the same time, so you're not having to cook them separately. Now you can also get a smaller version of the mug called the X Cup, which I believe is about 250 mils. But for me, I like the idea of having something a little bit bigger, and it was only 15 grams heavier. So I think it was 45 grams for the cup, and this is obviously 60 grams. So to me, that extra 15 grams was worth it to be able to cook couscous, have a really big coffee on a morning, and have that extra space as well. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, I've also done another video on my top 5 favourite items of hiking gear from 2018. So I will link that here and also in the description box below if you want to check that out. But if you've enjoyed the video, please give me a like, subscribe to my channel. As always, if you have any comments or questions, please put them in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.